What's up, guys? This is Z, and this is the first video I've uploaded in, years or something? But anyway, I'm playing some Magic Arena Beta. This is a sealed event with a, what is this? Return to Ravnica, or whatever this set is called. I don't remember exactly. But anyways, judging from our rares, it looks like we've got probably blue-black, maybe green-black, it looks like. Dream Meter's a good card. And we've got, looks like we've got good black removal, not a lot of red, decent amount of green, and actually some good Boros cards, but I don't think we have enough red or white monocolored spells. Blue-black might be the way to go here. We're just adding the staples of Dimir that you'll see all the time. So in general, when you're playing sealed, the overall power level I think is a little bit lower than draft. Even though you get more cards to pick from, you don't get to choose what you get. So I think I'm going to add Find Finality for now. I think it's a very, very good card, and we might be able to splash some green to play the finality part of it. Now the question is, how deep green do we want to go? Urban Utopia? I don't know. It's not that great of a card, honestly, because it doesn't add an extra mana. It just lets you pick. So let's go to black. Let's definitely add Midnight Reaper, Price of Fame, and then Deadly Visit. Very good removal spells. So looking at the other black cards, we need to round out our curve a little bit more. We want some more creatures in the 3-drop spot, so I added 2 Spinal Centipedes, and then let's see, what else do I want? We want a little bit more Surveil for our Dimir Spybug, and then so Selective Snare, Barrier of Bones. I don't think Barrier of Bones is that great of a card, honestly. Even though Surveil helps us a little bit, I don't think it's worth. I mean, we don't have to play a 1-drop in this deck. We've got a lot of 2s and 3s and enough Surveil cards that we could, find the lands that we're looking for, or surveil away things that we don't need. So we've got 33 cards in our deck now. Murmuring Mystic is very good, so especially because we're playing a lot of instants and sorceries anyways. Let's see, what else do we want from the blue pile? Just looking through our curve. Got a lot of 3-drops, a lot of 4-drops. So Severed Strands. Another removal spell. Can't really go too wrong with that. Severed Strands is a little bit of has a little bit of synergy with our Spinal Centipedes, and if we make some Murmuring Mystic tokens, again, it works pretty well. Alright, so I just hit the button that lets you look at your deck from an alternative point of view. So This is now sorted by the mana cost. So finality is really good. I think it's worth splashing green for the finality portion of the card. Find is good too, but so we've still got a couple more cards that we need to add before we hit 40. Leapfrog can be okay. Mesmerist can be okay as well if we need to round out our curve, because there's nothing else we can really do as far as like cheaper creatures. But I don't know. Devious Cover Up, the counter spell is a little expensive. 3 mana counter spells. If you're playing blue, you basically want to include those for sure, but 4 mana, not necessarily. Piston Fist Cyclops is another option. But double blue might be hard. If we're splashing green, double blue might be kind of difficult. Although it would be good because, again, we're playing lots of instants and sorceries. Pitiless Gorgon, another possibility, but I think we're fine with 3 drops as it is. Wand of Vertebrae, nope. We do have a bunch of Golgari Killgates, though. That will help us help our curve out. All right, well, the rest of our options are kind of limited. I do think we still need a couple more 2-drops, though, especially if we're not going to be playing any 1-drops at all. Let's take, I think we might want to take all of the Guild Gates even. Honestly, I'm not sure. We'll do that for now and see if we want to remove any Guild Gates. So if we're splashing all these Guild Gates, it might be worth taking the Indrik. It's a decent finisher. Let's see. So the Moodmark Painter, not really worth, I don't think. We'll take 2 Unexplained Disappearances. I think that's okay. Let's take the Radical Idea. Again, it's an okay card. As far as card draw goes, it's not super amazing. But this deck takes advantage of it because of Surveil, and we want to be filtering through our cards anyways. We might take Selective Snare as well. I find that sometimes you can blow people out with it, and again, we're not playing any 1-drop creatures. Our only 2-drop creature is a Dimir Spybug, so we want to have a little bit of tempo in our early plays, so I think this is okay. So now we're at 40, and the curve looks pretty good, I think. Spinal Centipede. Do we want to Leapfrog for Spinal Centipede? I don't know. Probably not. The Leapfrog sometimes is okay, but honestly, other times it's worthless, so I don't know. I think this looks okay, though. Etrata is a pretty good card. Demands an answer, and you can exile their best creature if they don't, remove it. I think my only concern is that we don't have like a really huge curve topping creature. Like I would have liked to see a Dowser of Lights or something. The 4/5 black card. But I think we have a lot of tempo plays. If our opponent puts something huge out, we have a bunch of removal spells that we can use. So hopefully the lack of like a true big huge finisher is not an issue. All right, we're gonna hit done and get into a game. Alright, I cut a little bit of it out as we were waiting for the game to start. So this is okay. We've got mana of all 3 colors available, and we can unexplained disappearance or radical idea depending on what our opponent puts out. So I think we'll probably radical idea this turn. Or I should say at the end of our opponent's turn. Okay, well actually... yeah, so... the bodyguard... it's fine, we'll radical idea here and then probably unexplained disappearance when they go attacking. Or actually, before they attack, because the bodyguard can't attack alone. Okay, so opponent just played a gate, I think that is. But anyway, now they have all 3 colors available to them. So we're going to bounce the scout before the attack step. And yeah, we'll take the spy bug. We'll keep the spy bug. What is this? Wait, how come that triggered? I don't know why that's happening. But anyway. We're gonna spy bug and then radical idea. Or we could selective snare now. I don't know. Just for the sake of using up our mana. We also have radical idea. Yeah, we might radical idea end of turn here. Let's see what our opponent does. If our opponent attacks with their 2 creatures, I don't think I'm going to block. I think I'll just let it go. Okay, our opponent's taking a long time to decide what they want to do. They saw we had 1 unexplained disappearance. Maybe they're worried about that. I mean, but it's not a removal spell, so it's, I don't know what they're doing. I assume they have a timeout though, because I think you're automatically given a timeout at this point, so they're not actually going to run out of time here. Interesting, okay. That's fine. I was not going to block anyway. So we'll just radical idea now. Alright, got another land. Which is fine. We filter through our deck a little bit. I assume our opponent's going to attack. Yeah, okay, fine, we'll take it. Take 6 damage. And our opponent's still at 20, so gotta get off a I think what we might actually do here, so it's a question of selective snare or wishcoin crab. So I think what we're going to do is, both of those creatures are humans, so we can bounce both of them. And our opponent needs to hit a land drop to replay both of them on the same turn. And we get in our first point of damage. Sweet. So yeah, in case you're not familiar with Magic Arena, with the limited formats, the regular limited formats, you play until you get 7 wins or 3 losses, whichever comes first. I think there's also the competitive draft, which is like 5 wins or 2 losses. But I don't think they have competitive sealed anyway. So let's see. I think I want to play out the Mystic now. And then we probably, I don't know. Yeah, at this point, you know, it's... The Spy Bug isn't worth too much now because we've played out a lot of our Surveil cards, and we get a 1/1 token with our Mystic when we use Severed Strands, so we can still profitably block the Scout if it comes down to that. And if our opponent wants to waste a removal spell on the bird, then that's fine with us too. And then now the Mystic will survive Finality, which is also good for us if we need to play it. Our life total is getting pretty low though, especially because we know that the Jumpstart card, I forgot what it's called, but it'll do 2 damage to us and tap a creature. So we're at 11. If they play that, we're going to go to 9, and they can tap a creature to get another attack in. So we're ahead, but not perfectly ahead, especially if they have like a big hasty creature that they can put out. There's a Sky Knight Legionnaire, I think, is the 2/2 flying with haste that they could potentially have, because that's Boros colors, but they don't have that. They have a couple of dinky creatures, which is fine. Although Torch Courier, again, it can give something big haste, so they do have to keep keep an eye out. Okay, so here's the dilemma. If we finality now, they get to keep their Wall of Mist, and our Mystic, even with the 2+1/+1 counters, can't stop or can't attack through the Wall of Mist. So they're gonna do that. Maybe we shouldn't have attacked actually with the bird. And then do we play Midnight Reaper or Crab? I think I'll go with Crab though. Because again, Crab will survive Finality, which we might want to rip off next turn. This is an iffy play. There's a lot of things that the opponent could have to ruin our plans. Especially because, you know, they have all 3 colors available to them and 6 mana, and they still have 3 cards in hand. So, okay. I'm guessing they're gonna pay to give it flying. But so far we haven't seen our opponent play any Convoke creatures. Okay, Muse Drake is a good draw. Alright, so we're gonna attack with the bird, play Muse Drake. So our opponent technically could have a counter spell. It doesn't look like they do though. Okay, so we got a land, which is lucky, that allows us to play Midnight Reaper. So again, the life total is an issue because they still have the Jumpstart card. If they feel like they can power through and win the game, they might have a removal spell for our Drake and then attack in with the Scout. So we'll have to see what they do. This is, again, maybe it wasn't a good idea to attack with the bird, just in case they do have a removal spell for the Drake. Or they could tap the Drake down with the Jumpstart card. And then we take 2 from the Jumpstart card, 2 from the Scout. Oh, actually, well, that's a thing. Although they didn't, they got rid of the Reaper. Interesting. They had, I don't know. That's tough. They could have hit our face. And then played their other Jumpstart card, the one that taps a creature. I don't know. But now we have Dream Eater, or we can find Finality. It's kind of, but we do have to be careful, like I said, because they can deal 4 damage to us from the 2 Jumpstart cards. So do we want to Dream Eater on their turn, or do we want to find Finality? Technically, they could still have a counter spell. I don't think they do. Like, but it's possible. It's possible they've been holding on to a counter spell the whole time. So I don't think they can anticipate Dream Eater. Okay, so this is a card I was talking about before, Sky Knight Legionnaire. So now they have Well, actually, they don't have white mana to make Skyline Scout a flyer. So they'll probably just attack with the 2/2. In which case, we can use Dream Eater and hopefully they don't have a counterspell. But if they do, we can find Finality next turn. And, you know, their 2 jumpstart spells. It's 4 points of damage potentially to us. Sky Knight Legionnaire deals 2 damage to us. And we'll be at 2 life if things go haywire and they have a counter. Although I think they would have played it if they had one. I mean, they would have, you know, without hesitation countered. So I don't really know. Okay, so now we get the Surveillance bounce. Oh, interesting. So they're tapping the Dream Eater, which prevents us from taking out their Legionnaire. So we don't need lands, and we don't want Notion Rain because that deals 2 damage to us. We can't really afford. All right, so in that case, we'll bounce the Legionnaire, I think, because we don't want to be taking 2 more damage. Okay, so I think this might be the turn we play Find Finality. So we gotta hold back something for the Legionnaire because we know they have it in hand. Oh, okay, you know what? We didn't play that right. We should have attacked with the ground creatures. And then... Shoot, I thought the... for some reason I thought the bird token would survive Finality, but the token actually gets made first, so... now they have a free attack with the Legionnaire. Maybe. Well, I don't know. That actually was kind of a bad play on my part. Probably could have attacked. I should have attacked with the crab as well. Maybe left Mystic back in case they had like a ground creature with haste. And then I should have left Dream Eater back as well. So hopefully this doesn't bite me in the butt. Okay, so clearly the opponent doesn't have a line to kill me on this turn because they've been agonizing over something or other, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so they played Hypothesizal. 4 damage doesn't actually kill any of my creatures. So they did not discard to deal any damage, which makes sense. Because 4 damage doesn't take out any of my creatures. Okay, so we're not going to win this turn. So we're going to play a little conservative and leave the Dream Eater back. This way we can take out the Wall of Mist with our Indrik, assuming they block. They might not block. Okay, so they do block. That's good for us. So now we can use the Indrik to fight the wall, which now only has 3 toughness. Oh, interesting. Okay. You know, we're fine with that. So they never got to use the intervention part of that. Because again, our creatures were too big. And I guess they felt they had to save the wall. Okay, so Legionnaire got played, but is held back to block. So I guess their issue is maybe they wanted like 1 more white mana. We're gonna turn in the locket now. We don't need it for the mana generating purposes. Okay, so we have an unexplained disappearance. That's good. We don't have the mana to play it right now though, but okay, so this by itself is not lethal. Do we want to attack with the Dream Eater is the question. This game is pretty close because the opponent has held these they had about like 3 cards in hand for a while now. So I don't know what is going on. Another Legionnaire. So the question is, can they kill us now? Okay, no they can't. So yeah, I think that's the game. That was close. Alright, game 2. And we're keeping. Because we don't have any 1-drops, you know, it's kind of, it's okay that we have 3 guild gates that we're playing. It doesn't hurt us too badly. Ooh, turn 1 Healer's Hawk is very good. It's going to be tough for us. We do have a Muse Drake, but it's going to come down a little bit later. So the plan now is just a radical idea. And we want to play this at end of turn, just so we know what the opponent has. So Legion Guild Mage, okay. Find Finality is good. Okay, we drew a lot of... we just drew 2 6-drops in a row. I mean, technically we could play the fine portion, but it doesn't look like we're going to get a chance to do that. And we don't really want to either. Okay, so let's Whisper Agent, hopefully take out the 2/2. So, okay, we want Deadly Visit. They might have that 1 mana white spell that deals 2 damage to an attacker or blocker. Okay, they do. Righteous Blow. Yeah, it's a pretty common card. You see that a lot in this format. Okay. It's a little bit unfortunate, but we have our Muse Drake, and hopefully that stops Healer's Hawk. Okay, we have Notion Rain, which I don't know. So we're a little. I would have preferred like a 4-drop or a 3-drop creature. Okay, Dawn of Hope. That's scary, actually. This card's very good. Assuming you're not behind. If you're behind, I don't know. Sometimes it can churn out those 1/1 blockers. So we don't have another creature we can play. I don't think we want to Deadly Visit the Legionnaire. So they have their Healer's Hawk out, which is actually problematic for us. Works really well with Dawn of Fate, obviously. Okay, we don't want another land. We have our 6th land in our hand. We do want Artful Takedown. That's a very solid removal spell. Okay, we drew another land, so we're probably gonna Radical Idea and then discard the land as part of the jumpstart cost. So if the opponent has... Actually, the opponent can basically start going off now. Especially if they have another land that they can play. Because they can draw a card with the enchantment. Although, I guess it doesn't look like... I don't know. I don't know what happened there. Our opponent passed for no reason? Or I don't know. Well, actually, well, no, they didn't really have a good attack because of my Muse Drake. I guess they didn't want to run out Healer's Hawk. So they don't have a 4th land, though, which is surprising. So now we have a bunch of choices. We can cast everything in our hand. We could Finality right now. And we could save our Muse Drake, or we could Affectionate Indrik. Because we have 3 removal spells, plus Finality is technically 4. And Indrik too, so... Yeah, but I think we should do this now, so... Maybe we should attack with the Drake first. Maybe not, I don't know. Because they might have blocked the Healer's Hawk. Bounty Agent. Okay, so... This is a pretty clear just... attack with the Drake, and then... Indrik. Fight their 2/2. We want to put pressure on their life total, so no point in waiting to try to take out a bigger target with the Indrik. We need the 4/4 on the battlefield now. Well, actually, Arclight Phoenix is a very good card. You see it in constructed play sometimes now. Fortunately, they got their 4th land a little too slowly, so our Drake is now huge. Okay, we're going to play the Centipede, and then we have Price of Fame or Artful Takedown that we can play on their turn. Goblin Locksmith, okay. We don't have to Artful Takedown the Phoenix. Okay, we're okay with this trade. So they double blocked. Presumably just to take a little bit less damage. I mean, okay, if they want to throw away 2 creatures for 1, I'm okay with that. And then if they play out a big creature, we can use any of our 3 removal spells to get rid of it. Or if they don't play anything, we just attack. Oh, right, they have Dawn of Hope. Okay, I forgot. I mean, that's fine. We're not gonna waste a removal spell on that. So technically, if they don't have anything they want to cast, they can Dawn of Hope again to prevent lethal. Which is whatever. I mean, we're just going to play super conservatively here because they do have 5 cards in hand. Alright, I mean, it'll save them for 1 more turn. So our opponent definitely got mana screwed, it seemed like. Otherwise, yeah, Dawn of Hope would have been a lot more scarier. Alright, back for another game. So we kept this. We don't have any 2-drops, so it's a little bit of a concern, but we are on the play, so hopefully Whisper Agent into Muse Drake will get us there, and if we draw a swamp, then of course Midnight Reaper as well. Okay, lucky we drew a swamp. We'll get out the Reaper now. I mean, I think it's fine getting the Reaper out instead of trying to ambush the opponent with the Whisper Agent or something. So now, do we want to attack with the Reaper? I think what we're going to do is try to Whisper Agent, flash that in, and trade with the Blade Instructor. Okay, well, fine. That's acceptable, I guess. I'll draw a card, replace... The Reaper replaces itself. Okay, so now we Whisper Agent. Alright, we definitely want Price of Fame, though. Alright, so... we do have 5 lands to our opponent's 4, which is nice. But the board is kind of in a stalemate right now. Okay, we've got a bunch of land. So we can Notion right now and then We actually do like both of these cards. So unfortunately the kind of issue is we don't have the mana to play Dimir Spybug right now, which is kind of awkward. We only have one swamp. I assume the opponent has a combat trick or something. Yeah, okay. That's fine. They want to trade a card to do that. I'm fine with that. Okay, we do have Etrata, but I don't know if it's better than... Oh, okay, so once again the issue is we only have one swamp in play, which makes it awkward, because means we can't, we couldn't play Etrata plus Spybug or Centipede plus Spybug. Alright, so we just have to hold out this turn. Alright, we'll make this block, and then if our opponent has a sure strike, they can sure strike the fire urchin, although looks like they did not. So our opponent is, stuck on 4 lands? It looks like. So we're going to play Estrada. We can leave up Unexplained Disappearance. So the Spybug attack, I don't know if it was, it would have just died to anything on the, if we blocked with it, so I just attacked with it. Okay, will the opponent attack? So we're going to bounce the Rock Charger prior to attacks. Yeah, we'll keep that. This way they can't send in 3 points of damage our way. Alright, so they're attacking anyway. I'm not going to block with Etrata, because I assume if they have like a sure strike or something, we don't want to get surprised by that. Okay, so they did have a sure strike. But that's fine. They're trading 1 card for 1 card. And I'm not too concerned about losing a crab. So the question is it even worth playing Etrata and attacking with it right now? Because we don't really want to exile either of these 2 creatures. They're not that great. So I think we're just going to swing with the Spybug, and then depending on what our opponent does, we can play Dream Eater or Artful Takedown. Or Price of Fame, though we're probably going to save Price of Fame. Oh, interesting. So unfortunately, Dream Eater, you can't return something that you own, so we have to let it try to die. But I guess that's fine, because they used one of their big removal spells on it, so it's a 1-for-1. I'm okay with this happening, especially because now they're tapped out, so they can't do any more combat trick shenanigans. Okay, so with the Surveil, we do want Find Finality. Affectionate Indrik, also good. And then maybe we should have dumped the 2 lands. Probably. But alright, so we cast the Centipede instead of leaving up. Because right now we still only have 1 black source, which is, again, a little bit awkward. Okay, Deafening Clarion. Holy moly. Alright, well that was kind of a blowout. Okay, luckily, you know, even though the board just got wiped completely, I still think we're a little bit ahead. And our life totals are the same, but again, we've got a bunch of removal plus the surveil. Erratic Cyclops, interesting card. If they block with the Cyclops, we could Finality or Artful Takedown to kill it, but they didn't, which is interesting actually. So I think we need to be careful of the Cyclops. They'll probably get a big attack in next turn. So yeah, let's remove the Cyclops now. Alright, let's keep the swamp, I think. Actually, no. You know what? It doesn't matter. I forgot we had the second swamp in play now. Fire Urchin, not too scary. Take 1 damage, absolutely fine. So we're gonna do this now. And that should be the game, hopefully. Oh, I forgot. It's -4, -4, so my bad. Not the game, not yet. But again, we still have a bunch of removal. Okay, they scooped. Alright, this is game 4, I believe. We're going to keep this. We're on the play, which is good. For us, at least, because we're not doing anything until turn 3, so being on the play is, I think, okay for us. And we got the Atrata. Oh, so we got a Spybug. So maybe it would have been good to run out the Reaper anyway. But, I don't know. Spybug's just too cool. You gotta get it out there. Because right now we don't have any Surveil cards in our hand to grow it. So to be more mana efficient might have been good to cast Midnight Reaper, but I think this works out because we could attack and then play the Reaper. You know, we could have played Atrata as well, but I wanted to get the Reaper out and then play Atrata, and then if they remove the Atrata, we at least get a card draw out of that. Because if we play Atrata now, they don't even have any good creatures out for us to bounce. Okay, well this will blank. This actually blanks both of our creatures. We can't profitably attack. Well, actually with the Spy Bug it has Menace, so they can't block anyway. Okay, I played a Trotta there because we didn't have another turn, and I wanted to use my mana, get it out. If they have removal, then fine. Midnight Reaper's there, we'll get a card out of it. We don't have to attack with the Trotta. We might want to, just for tempo. It'd be great if we could draw another land, though. Okay, so they Artful Takedown before our attack step. So we drew Crawl Swarm, which is a flyer. 4/1 flyer. So I think because we drew that, we want to exile their Spider, which can block the Swarm. Now we can play the Swarm and force them to have an answer to that. Again, not exactly the most devastating creature to exile with the Trotta, but in terms of the tempo play, I think this is okay. Dowser of Lights, that's fine. It's a solid limited card. Alright, they swing in for 1. Do I want a Notion Rain or Deadly Visit? I think I want to get rid of their Dowser now. Okay, well we want 1 extra land, which is why when we surveilled we kept 1 land on top, because we wanted our 6th land. But we don't need 7 lands really, so... Okay, so now we're pretty ahead in life total and on the board state, although our opponent has all 3 colors. And okay, Murmuring Mystic, good card. We're playing that in our deck too. Might be troublesome if they can make a 1/1 token when we attack, and that'll take out the Crawl Swarm. Although technically we could protect the Swarm with a Dream Eater. I don't know if that's worth it, honestly. Okay. So we have to pick up the Spy Bug. Oh, we got a Trotta again. Interesting. Okay, so no lands. Don't need any more lands. Okay. So that was an interesting turn. Dream, you know, bouncing a 1/1 token isn't the greatest value, but I think in terms of putting the pressure on our opponent, I think it was worth it. Of course, depending on what they have, they could pump out a bunch of 1/1 tokens, or do that. That's fine too. That's actually really good for them. They have a Surveil too on that as well, so they can set up their next turn pretty well. Okay, so this is kind of troublesome for us because we can't, you know, Affectionate Indrik, their Mystic. If they pump out a bunch of 1/1 tokens, we're not going to be able to fight through that very effectively. Although now, with their Indrik, we can take out their blocker, attack with Swarm, and then we have, I think, more than enough cards in our hand to deal that 1 point of damage before they can deal 15 to us. So I think we should be okay here. Yeah, we should be okay. We can have the Artful Takedown. I don't think they can remove both our creatures. They're going to tap and then take out a creature. So, I don't. If our opponent has a counter spell, I guess that could save them. Although I think they're just splashing blue. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so that's it. That's the game, I think. Well, if they could play another spell, that would save them. Nope, guess not. Okay, we're back for another game. Sealed again. We've been pretty lucky with our keeps and what we've been able to keep instead of having to mulligan. Turn 2 Spybug is about as good of a start as we can get. And then we also have, although we do need a 4th land though. Ooh, Tagic. That's actually pretty troublesome. I mean, we'll trade with the Reaper if we have to. Oh man, Legion Warboss. Holy crap. They might have a combat trick here. Yeah, they do. I was gonna say. It's weird seeing them attack into... Okay, well anyways, we're kind of in trouble now because they have two cards that can single-handedly win you games. Tagic and then Legion Warboss. Okay, so Wishcoin Crab at least profitably blocks something. Depending on who they... Oh, crap. Wow. So that card, I guess, goes well with Warboss if you have it. So now we are royally screwed. Because we can't even block with the crab for that turn. Okay. So I think we want a Centipede and leave up Unexplained Disappearance. I think that's our best bet. And I guess we could have held up the mana for Artful Takedown as well, but... I think I might have messed that up. Keep that on top. So I think... can he still yeah, damn it. Yeah, it's at the beginning of combat. I kind of read that trigger wrong. I thought I could prevent the goblin trigger by bouncing the war boss. But I guess I messed that up. Oh, that's weird, actually. Okay, we could play Etrata or Wormring Mystic. That's kind of tricky. You know, I think what we might, might just need to Artful Takedown. So I decided to go with Artful Takedown because I really wanted to stop the boar boss from making extra tokens. What? Okay, wait. Our opponent just wasted that card. Yeah. Artful Takedown doesn't destroy. Maybe they just misread it or something. So we got lucky there. Alright, so if Etrata survives, we'll take out the Tajic. Our opponent could have that big red removal spell for Etrata. We'll see. We can't, I don't think we can, I mean, it's aggressive to attack with a crab since we're at 4 life. But our opponent only has 1 card in hand. So if our opponent has a card that deals 2 damage to any target and that you can jumpstart, we're dead. But okay, so they don't have it, which is good for us. Okay, this card isn't that great. At least not in their deck. So yeah, we're not gonna wait any longer to snare the goblins, I don't think. I think we just want to do it now. Alright, opponent scoops, wow. Okay, I think this is a keepable hand. Yeah, we don't have a turn 2 play, unfortunately. And we're on the draw, so it might be a little slow, but we'll see. The fact that we had all 3 colors of mana available to us, though, I think was too good to pass up on keeping. Okay, so no turn 2 play, but we do have solid turn 3 plays. Oh man, okay. So they can have, if they're playing convo cards, they can power out like something huge next turn. Oh, interesting. Okay, so they didn't convoke anything out. This is actually good for us. So we can... Yeah, well, let's keep that. We can trade here. So I think, yeah, let's Muse Drake now. Stop them from attacking, and then if they're playing Boros, they'll probably have other human/soldier creatures. So Selective Snare should be pretty good for us here. Then we can also, yeah, we've also got Murmuring Mystic. We've got Removal Spell and Price of Fame, and a Notion Rain in case we need to draw some cards. Okay, this is interesting. The Challenger is going to be an issue. They can pump it once. Oh, actually, now they can't. Unless they play another land. Okay. Did they forget to attack? Or they just didn't want to attack? I don't know. I mean, I probably would have priced a Famed if they attacked, so... Do I want to price a Fame the Challenger or Selective Snare a bunch of stuff? I don't know. It's a tough call, honestly. Yeah, let's keep both of these. So we are winning the temple battle right now. So I think it's okay to keep another Unexplained Disappearance. Although I don't think we should, maybe we should not have attacked there, I don't know. Okay, so our opponent didn't do anything that turn. They didn't play a land even. Alright, swing in for 1, keep back some blockers. Let's tap manually just in case, because I want to leave up Unexplained Disappearance mana. Parhelion Patrol. That blanks our flyers, but we can bounce it now. Although, I think what we might do, actually... actually, whoops, wrong card. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, okay, that's a soldier token, not a human. Okay. So this forces us to choose 4, so we have to replay it. Alright. So we have to pick 3. That's fine, we can do that. So bounce a bunch of stuff, and then swing in for a bunch. So what's funny is they're still ahead in terms of life count, but not in terms of tempo. We're way ahead in terms of tempo. So they finally got a 5th land. Although they still play the patrol. Okay, and they play a Hunted Witness. So I think at this point, because we're at such an advantage, that we can just keep on balancing their patrol and attacking. Okay, that's a good card. We'll keep that on top. Then once again, swing in. As a bonus, we still have Unexplained Disappearance mana up for whatever they play on this turn. All they do is play the patrol again. Interesting. Okay, well, we'll just bounce it again. Our opponent says, nice. Thank you, opponent. There's no thank you emote. So we're gonna play this a little conservatively and keep one of our guys back on defense. Okay, let's see. We're still pretty far ahead. We'll keep Severed Strands just in case we need another removal spell for something. So our opponent's running out of outs here. There's a bunch of flyers coming at our face, so she can't do a wipe on the creature tokens. I think they'll whittle down her life and take her to 0. Alright, our opponent said good game, so this might be it. So we're gonna tap the giant. And I think this is enough to win just on the spot right here. Yeah, definitely, because our opponent's tapped out. Alright, so we're back. So I think we have at this point 6 wins and 0 losses, so we can afford to be a little risky in our keeps, I think. Unfortunately, it didn't really work out. I was hoping for another land of some sort so we can get out our Dimir Locket in time. Okay, actually, we got a island, so that's kind of a lucky draw. This allows us to spy bug. Oh, Tajik. Oh, man. So we could have run out the Centipede or the Reaper. I decided on the Centipede. Okay, interesting. Okay, that's an aggressive start for sure. But we can take out the Tajik here. Oh, wait a minute. Man. Shoot, okay, I didn't even realize Tajik had that secondary ability. Crap, we really messed that up. Yeah, we should... Okay, yeah, I didn't see that. That was totally my bad. I didn't realize it had an activated ability to give it first strike. Okay, so we're definitely in trouble here. So maybe it wasn't a good idea to use the spy bug to attack, but I mean we couldn't block profitably with Tajik if they attacked with him and the Hasna Marshal. So they have another Marshal. Oh man. Okay, we're in trouble now. That's okay, so Tajik, they can give it first strike again. So we are in big trouble now. Who would have thought maximize velocity would be so good, right? Because generally we wouldn't even play it. It's not that great of a card, but did work for him, for our opponent, twice. So unfortunately, we're so far behind that I don't even know if Selective Snare is going to be good enough. Because our opponent's playing all these cheap creatures. They're going to be able to play a lot of them back. So, yeah, you know, they can play Tajik and a 1/1 next turn. Or this turn, I should say. Then Tajik has haste. Okay, so they're getting aggressive and attacking. I think we have to go for a block. Because we're at 8 life. And we might want to block the scout because it has flying. Or sorry, you can give it flying. Yeah, I think we have to Deadly Visit here. Our life total is just too low. Okay, we don't want the land. I think we do want a creature, though. Right, this is going to be tricky. They could burn us out or something. All right. Oh yeah, even more life. Okay. So our opponent is kind of in top deck mode at this point. Kind of. They still have 1 card in hand, whereas we have 4. The problem is we gotta play super conservatively though, because we only have 5 life. Okay, that's gonna be troublesome. And with the Marshal, they can now start making 1/1s, so they're going to be able to go wide pretty effectively here. And we have to block the Recruiter. So we have to severed strands here, I think, because otherwise... So let's take out the Flyer. Gain 5 life. Maybe we should attack with that first, actually. I don't know. And okay. Wow. I don't think we can come back from this. Okay, so back again. We are now, I believe, 6-1. Again, kind of a risky keep here. But I figured we have Radical Idea. And if worse comes to worse, we can Selective Snare. So the last game we kind of messed up because we forgot about the Tajic activated ability. I think otherwise we might have been able to turn it around a little bit easier. Okay, so not exactly what we wanted to draw, but we have Radical Idea to hopefully go digging for a land. Okay, that is not what we're looking for. Okay. Dang it. We're going to have to jumpstart Radical Idea just to try to find a relevant land, because now we've got nothing. So we're going to do it on our turn to hopefully hit a land, because we can play a land on our turn, and then we'll discard the Crawl Swarm, because we can always get it back later if we need it. But yeah, this is not looking good. So any land will do at this point, just so we can get out our Whisper Agent, or I don't know. Okay, once again, no land. That's very disappointing. So we're gonna have to Selective Snare here, because we have to discard down to 7 cards anyways. Not the most ideal. Okay, we got a land. So we could have waited for Whisper Agent, but I don't know. I mean, it seems like they might have a counter spell. Ouch. Well, this is rough now because Darkblade Agent is gonna draw them a card. I think we let this go, even though they get a card out of it. So now it's a question of what do we want to play here? I think we want to try to Artful Takedown. So tap the Agent. -2, -4 on the Watcher. They could still have a counter spell in which case we get totally blown out here. Alright, what's taking them so long? Alright, crap, they do have a, they did have a counter spell. And it's a surveil too. I don't know, I think we let this go one more time, and then any other attacks we're gonna have to block. This is interesting. We could Etrata and then block their Darkblade agent if they surveil. So we can't have them drawing any more cards. They've already drawn 2. So we'll throw away our Spy Bug to block the Darkblade agent if that's what it takes. We can take 3 from the Watcher though, that's fine. I'm willing to do that. I guess what I'm afraid of is they could have like a Deadly Visit or some other black removal spell to take out Etrata, or a bounce spell to take out Etrata and put it back into my hand, in which case I think the tempo balance is too far in their favor. Again, we kept kind of a risky hand, but you know, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. And the fact that I was 6-1 meant that I could be a little more risky in my keeps, because I kind of like a redo if I lost this one. Our opponent's timing out here. I don't know what they're thinking about so hard. I guess they're thinking about what I do with the Etrata. Okay, so they passed, which means, I don't know, it seems like kind of bad news for us. Because if they didn't have anything to answer Etrata, they probably would have just attacked with the Watcher. Okay, yeah, they had something. Shoot, okay. So they're gonna tap Etrata, take out the Spy Bug, and there goes our turn. So again, because the Darkblade agent is our #1 priority, we want a Whisper agent here. Hopefully get the trade. Okay, so our opponent definitely has instants that they can play. Just because of the delay, you can tell. We do need a 6th land though. Okay, so at least we got rid of the Darkblade agent. House Guild Mage. Veiled Shade, okay. Alright, so let's attack and then get rid of the Watcher. So if they have another counter spell, because we could play Murmuring Mystic, Or we could Dream Eater on their turn. I mean, I think our life total is in an okay spot here that hopefully... well, I don't know. They have 6 cards in hand. They probably do whatever they want. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. I've never seen this card. Interesting. Okay, well, this really screws us. Unexplained disappearance. We could play it now, get back our Mystic, and then replay our Mystic. I don't know. Well, we already tapped those 2 lands to go do it, so we can't stop it now. Another unexplained disappearance. I think we want to keep that. So we can use it to get a 1/1 out of the Mystic. I don't know if that was the complete right course of action, but we'll find out. So the issue right now is that they can pump Veiled Shade 3 times to make it a 5/5, which will... I mean, I think we gotta just make our opponent do it, right? We could have blocked the House Guild Mage, but I don't know. So we could Finality, kind of a bad situation because we don't have a creature that we could save. I guess we can Dream Eater on their turn. So the issue is if they have a counterspell, we just lose. But I mean, they're at 17 life. The tempo situation is kind of not in our favor. I think I played that wrong. Maybe I should have blocked the House Guild Mage with the with my 1/5 instead of the Shade, and gone down to 1. I don't know. So, but anyway, like I said, if they have a counterspell here, we just lose. Oh, okay, yeah. That's that game. All right, so final game. We're 6-2. Hopefully we can get to the coveted 7 wins. If we lose, then, you know, that's our last loss that we can take. Okay, so we kept that hand, which is kind of, again, an aggressive keep, I think. We were hoping for anything so we could get out our Dimir Locket, but at any rate, no need. We got kind of lucky with an island. Right, they're super aggressive here, so... Okay, we don't have any Surveil cards in our hand. I don't think we can take 4 damage. So let's just block. Alright, well we have to Dimir Locket here because we don't have a turn 3 play. Healer's Hawk, okay. This is going to be tough for us. If the Drake gets destroyed and they get to swing with both the flyers, we're in trouble. Okay, yeah, we're in trouble, definitely. Okay, well, we know nothing's getting countered on our because they're playing Boros colors, so still, it's a risky Dream Eater here. They could have that that 1 mana spell that deals 2 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Okay, we don't need all 3 of these lands, I don't think. But we do want a 6th land though. Or sorry, our 7th land technically. Maybe we should have kept that land, now that I think about it. Okay. So it's possible keeping that 2nd land wasn't a good idea because we had to lock it, so we didn't really need it. But now we can Artful Takedown plus Midnight Reaper, so maybe it's not such a bad thing. I'm glad they didn't have any sort of removal for the Dream Eater though. We really needed this guy alive. Okay, they got another Legionnaire. I think this warrants an Artful Takedown here. So we're gonna tap and then destroy. Okay, I like this now. So we can swing in for 7. And then we have a Whisper Agent that we can play to hopefully trade with the Blade Instructor. I think our opponent is could have used another land drop or 2. I think they missed out a couple of lands. So hopefully we can trade here. Okay, so no more lands for sure. We definitely don't need any more lands here. Awesome. Okay, we get to draw a card and nice. So we're gonna cash in our locket here. There's no point. We don't need it anymore for the mana. Let's Radical Idea, see what we get. Okay, I like that. So I think at this point we're okay with trading the Midnight Reaper, even for Goblin. We'll get another card out of it. Nice, Indrik. Okay, so we're gonna Murmuring Mystic here. And it'll set us up nicely. Oh, well, that's it then. Never mind. Alright, 7 wins. Sweet. So yeah, this is the end of the video. Got to 7 wins. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm not necessarily the best limited player, but yeah, got to 7 wins. It's always a nice achievement. So that is it for me. I will see you guys who knows when, but thanks for sticking around if you made it this far in the video. Peace.